Welcome back to Creative Culture, everybody. Yeah, it's been an eventful few weeks for everybody, especially for Nemo and the family.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are in the middle of moving, in the middle of a lot of transition.
Yeah, very.
So it's been a busy time for you.
We talked about it a little bit last week on last week's podcast.
Sure did.
Which one was good. If you guys have not watched it,
go watch it.
Make sure you go watch it.
Watch it after this one. Don't leave because the retention goes down and then no one watches our videos.
So after this one is over, go watch it.
So we had to pivot a little bit. No pun intended to pivot podcast.
Such a great pod, by the way.
It is a good pod. We had to pivot a little bit today because unfortunately, it's just me and Nemo today. Actually, not unfortunately, because this is like
they can tell right now. Look,
it's just me and Nemo. This is how we started, but we had this whole plan that we've been talking about for a few days. A really solid topic that we're gonna get to, but we had to postpone. That I was really excited about. And 15 minutes before we're about to go live, we're about to record our call time and everything, we get a text that says, "Hey, I'm not coming."
It's all right.
We paid staff, we paid the videographers to be here. We paid the lighting crew to be here. Producers and switcher boards and all these technical people here. We paid for them to be here, and he just no shows. So this is his first write-up. This is his first write-up.
Joey, you're written up, sir.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Joey. But we changed it up a little bit. Today, topic. Well, we're gonna get into the topic here in a second. But are you into Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, is that the one that was like a rendition of what
Karate
Kid was? I've watched it. I haven't watched it a lot.
Yeah,
but I heard it's really good.
New season just dropped. I'm really excited about it. We've watched like 4 episodes like pretty quickly. Yeah. Also, oh my gosh, another thing, we gave Malia melatonin last night for the first time. Because she's been struggling to sleep a little bit. She's not feeling too good. So we're like, all right, let's give her some melatonin. Like the kids one. Like, I'm not drugging my child here.
No, the kids one, yeah.
This is the one that is for her. So we give her melatonin, right? And she's been dealing with this cough. I'm like, all right, she can go to sleep and sleep good. And all of a sudden, she starts breaking out like in hives.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, bruh.
Are you serious?
You are allergic. This is the first thing she's ever been allergic to. Melatonin.
She's allergic to melatonin?
Allergic. Well, apparently, whatever's in this bottle of melatonin.
This drug.
It's literally says only melatonin, but there's like probably flavoring things in there that something flared up, and I'm like freaking out, feeling terrible, and I'm like, yeah, I'm never giving you that again. So we gave her Benadryl like right away as soon as V started seeing her like itch and stuff break out.
Can I be honest though?
Yeah.
I love this sounds
bad. I love when you drug your child.
No, I love Benadryl. Like I'm actually a Benadryl guy. Especially when my allergies are really there was one time that my allergies were so bad after church. I don't know what happened that I took some Benadryl, but I took too much of it. And we were eating and I was just like, bro, I almost passed out eating. But I do like Benadryl.
How much did you take, bro?
So I was supposed to take 2 pills and I took 3. No, I took 4. I took 4. But
you took double the dosage.
I got the wrong one. The one that I normally get.
Extra strength.
So the one that I got has extra. So it's always supposed to be 2. And then the other one I was allowed to take 4.
This boy. Have you ever seen Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah.
You know that when he's dating some girl that has to tie her hair to the back. She keeps passing out in the soup. That was Nemo at the table.
Bro. No, I was straight hitched though.
That was super, super scary last night. And like I went straight to bed. Like my mind was gone. I'm like freaking out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't have an EpiPen. I don't have anything. And luckily it wasn't that bad and she was fine. But yeah, man. Another thing I wanted to mention really quick before we jump into the topic is that we have our homie helping us today.
Yeah. I have one more thing to do too.
Oh yeah.
But go ahead.
You want to bring it up first?
No.
Yeah. So our homie, we've been on.
Don't forget to unmute yourself too when you talk.
We've been on. You can unmute now. We've been on his podcast, Keep It Central, a couple times, and I'm so excited for Keep It Central to come back
because it's coming back.
Yes, and our homie's here. He helps us out a lot. He's on the switcher. He helps us when we go on trips with, our production and everything like that. But yeah, say what's up, Nick. Ahead, Keep
Nick,
it central.
Hey, what's up? I'm back, boy. Hey, I'm back.
I don't know. I don't know. He's acting like a little thug right now, but he's been a gangster.
My boy just got a mullet over here. Look at that mullet. Show the mullet real quick. Show it.
It's a little greasy, but
This is the first time I've seen him in a regular hat versus a cowboy hat in a while.
Oh, come on. It's the first time I've never worn a cowboy hat.
What you talking about?
I never wore a cowboy hat around you.
Oh, not around me. I haven't. The last time I was around him, he was 2 Chainz Nick.
He was LA Nick.
He was drippy.
Now he's Nashville Nick.
Now he's Nashville
Nick.
Is that going to be like a persona on the podcast, or what are you going to do?
Well, it's definitely not. It went well with the fit. It just so happens that I'm actually going to a Morgan Wallen concert. Morgan Wallen, my favorite country artist, and it's going to be this next Saturday. So I had to buy a fit.
This guy.
I had to buy a fit.
What it is all right. He's not telling the truth. What it is go on my camera real quick. You got a girlfriend.
I did get a girlfriend.
You completely changed on us.
No, I gotta look good. Okay, we had some marriage boot camp that we were a part of with our church. It was great. Yes, we're not married and we're dating, but we thought this is still a good thing that we should probably do. So we did it, and last night we kind of had to dress up a little snazzy,
Last night,
killed it.
Yeah,
the last night,
and I was shocked that no one really dressed up as I thought they were going to. I thought people were gonna come in suits, ties, he said fancy dinner. I was like, okay, cool, suits and ties, and no one was really in suits and ties. Joey was in a freaking fedora.
Joey was like a knockoff Bruno Mars.
Yeah,
a fedora.
My boy looked like Bruno Mars.
He looked like Bruno Mars.
He looked like Bruno Mars, and Bruno Mars was actually 100% sober.
Yeah,
100% sober.
But
no. So we planned it out, and I told her, I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to Boot Barn because that's my country store right there.
That's where all the Carhartt
and I'm not gonna lie, I spent a good half of my check there.
Let's say half
a good
million.
half.
You spent $500,000 at a Boot Barn.
Not $500,000. I don't have $500,000.
Yeah,
I'll be lying. I don't have $500,000.
But
if I did, I would.
I'm excited for Keep It Central to return.
Yeah, I am too, man.
I hope you stay with it. I hope you keep pushing it. I think you can really do some crazy stuff with Keep It Central if you stuck with it. So yeah, shout out to Nick. He's always helping us out. So send him some love. Drop a like on this video just for him.
Just for Nick. Nashville Nick.
Just for Nashville Nick. Drop a like on this video. You said you had something.
We just did that at unison
together. Yes.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Roy at Retro Collection.
Oh, yeah.
He's been giving me a massive shout out.
Let me get that.
He got me this hat right here, and let me go ahead and go to
I'm gonna show it on this camera right here.
Shot real quick. Look at that. That's their classic Yankee one right there.
It's not.
Let's show the side. Yeah, it's focused.
There we go.
There, show the side. Show the side. Ooh, look at that.
I told Nemo. I said this on my vlog. Go watch my vlog. Plug. To make some Mariner ones, bro. I would buy those like crazy. That's a sick hat.
So we'll put it in the description below. You can actually shop online with them at retrocollection.com.
Do we got a discount code?
Not yet, but we're gonna work on it. We're working on it.
Okay.
They have really dope T-shirts, and their hats are sick. They're $55, but this is quality.
Yeah,
for sure, quality hats. And,
no, it's a really nice hat. I would buy that. I'm close to buying it, even though it says Yankees on
man,
it.
Support your brother.
Well, I don't like the Yankees, bro.
I know, but
the brown one that you have.
The brown one with it's all brown with the pink underbrim.
Nasty.
Sheesh. I have it in the car. I probably should have worn that one.
That one's crazy.
But yeah.
Yeah. So it's been an eventful few weeks. I've gotten a lot of love and texts about the studio.
Same.
Which has been cool.
Same.
Like people noticing like some things that we're doing, and the support is awesome. So we appreciate y'all. But yeah, we had to pivot a little bit for this episode. The topic, I just want to jump into it. We wanted to talk about some of our brokest moments, some of the stories that we've had, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
Of you're at your last few dollars. You got like 5 days to make it. Isn't it crazy like how far you can make like $5 stretch?
I've made $5 stretch for 3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
I remember some moments to where like, bro, we got $10 in the account. Like we were about to go in the negatives. And I can count a ton of times how many times I hit the negative. So it's okay. Like everyone struggles. It's fine. Now we're in a better position, which is great. But Yeah, like it's so funny how like, oh bro, we only got $5. You got to make it last till Friday. How are we gonna do this? And you don't touch the $5. Yeah. Like, isn't that crazy when you can flip that switch? So we wanted to talk about that in this episode. Just some stories that we can remember. I had a really cool title for this one. We're not two broke girls. We're two broke boys. So I thought that one was gonna be pretty crazy for the title. But
bro, we're so broke we ain't even got shoes.
Yeah, no shoes. We no shoeing up in here. No showing with no shoes. Ooh. I could preach. No, I couldn't. I don't know why I said that.
It could preach.
No showing, no shoes. But yeah, we just wanted to share some times. I don't know if you guys watching have ever been as in a broke situation. I know I have a few times. You know, when we first moved to California a couple years ago, like I didn't have no job, and we were like relying on, you know, V's one income to pay the rent, to pay all the bills. Jeez. And we had a lot of credit card debt at that time.
Credit cards? What are credit cards? Never heard of them.
You never heard of credit cards?
No, never have.
Bruh, I know a lot about credit cards.
I've had credit cards to the point where they've just closed my account because I never used it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Good for you.
The last two well, no, that's because I've ruined a lot of them.
Oh. They closed it because you don't pay them?
No, that's one end. But I'm talking about the other end where I haven't used it because I don't.
My goodness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know me and V were in situations to where before I was working and when I was working, because we like to spend money. Like, I'm not even going to front about that. You guys know I go crazy about freaking equipment and stuff. Yeah. Like, we spend money. Sometimes, like, there's situations where we spend more than we make. You know, that's real. And I remember one specific instance, and I'll let you share in a second here, too.
I hear Tim Ramsey right now. I call Tim Ramsey because he's a big Dave Ramsey.
Oh, I was like, isn't it Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, but I call him Tim Ramsey. I feel like he's already commenting right now as we talk about this.
Have him on the podcast. Come talk about it.
Financials.
Yeah, financials. But I remember being in situations where it's like, this is before Malia, too. It's just me and V. I'm like, bro, we got to put gas for church. Because church was always like in Fresno, anywhere we were going. Yeah. And we're in, 30 minutes away. I've got $20 to put gas. And then we don't got nothing the rest of the way. And like being in those stressful situations, or when we would get paid, like not having enough anything after bills are paid. Like bills just take everything. Especially when we had a lot of credit card debt. Like all those minimum payments would just like eat the whole thing away. And then we'd be broke for like the next week and a half, 2 weeks. What is some of like your craziest like moments that you can remember of that?
Well, we lost our first house.
Yeah.
It was just off of one income. Ashley wasn't working.
Did you guys have the baby already or no?
No. We just recently got married. And in the span of like a month, I lost my job. They were shutting down. Sprint was shutting down. They were merging with T-Mobile.
Okay.
And I was assistant manager, but they were just keeping the managers, not assistants. That unfortunately. So I lost my job there.
Yeah.
Then a week later, not even a week later, but like a month later, I couldn't pay, obviously, for the house. Mm-hmm. And I stayed there for maybe another month and a half until I got, obviously I had to get out.
Yeah.
And then our car bill, because when we got the house, we were planning on actually working, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, she just wasn't getting a job. So I was always behind on my car payments because I wanted us to have a place to live. But we won't have a place to live if I don't have, So I was already behind on my car payment. At that time, my credit was so bad. I was paying $500 a month for a 2007 Toyota Camry XLE.
Oh my goodness!
Yes, I still remember that car. No AC, by the way.
Yikes.
So I ended up losing everything.
Yeah,
I lost my job, lost the house, and I lost the car in a span of maybe a couple months.
That's wild.
And on top of that, Ashley just finds out she's pregnant.
How much money did you have in the account at that point?
Honestly speaking, we probably had like $300, $400.
Dang.
Yeah.
And nowhere to live.
That was gone.
Just for like literally to eat, pretty much.
We stayed in our car for about 2 weeks.
You guys didn't have family anywhere?
It wasn't until a friend of ours, Mel and Steph. Shout out to Mel and Steph. I love y'all.
Oh, I thought that was one name.
No, Mel and Steph.
What kind of name?
They end up. They told us to come on,
come through,
and so we were able to stay there and and stuff.
Man, yeah, I've always been. I think it was just because my mom was so good at it. Like, anytime I got paid, like I'm paying every single bill first, and then whatever's left, like that's just what we got.
You still do that now?
I still do that now. Like I pay every single bill. I've never been behind, which is nice. I've never been behind on any bill.
Man, that's so good.
No car payment, no rent, nothing. I've never been behind. I think that's just like a mentality that I was taught early. Yeah. But sometimes I do that in a really bad way. Like at the beginning of the month, I'm paying everything. I don't care if it's not due till the end of the month or whatever. I'm paying it all.
That's kind of smart though.
It is, but there's some moments where I'm like, I could have used my second check for that, and now I'm like, bro, we got $100 for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So I'm like,
you still have to drive all the way down to Fresno from Dinuba
multiple times.
Obviously, V works.
Yeah, but it's here, like the way our bills work out. A lot of them are due at the beginning, but there are a few at the end. I'm like, why didn't I just wait for that at the end of the month? But yeah, I've been in decent situations, but at the same time, like there's been moments where I'm like, okay, that just cleared. Now we're negative $60-something, and I've got.
Can we talk about some come ups though?
Yeah, like what? Like now?
I've had some. No, I'm talking about. Like, I had some come ups, bro. Where
tell me,
I was broke, and then out of nowhere,
oh yeah,
something just hit. The account just hit.
Yeah.
Or I got some back pay, or the union didn't pay me, or something happened, and the next thing you know it, I got an extra grand just chilling that I didn't have.
I've honestly, I've never had situations like that.
Yeah.
To where I'm like, I get people talk about, I got a check in the mail when I needed it.
I have.
I've never gotten that.
I have.
I don't know if it, but my bills have always been paid. But we've had situations where we're in the negatives. I don't know how we're gonna put gas. Like, Ma, I need help. Type of positions. I've never had that though. Like I know other people have talked about having like random money show up. I had
that last year.
What money showed up
for Christmas?
Like what was it though?
It was just a check.
From who?
Somebody.
Like, I want to get a check from somebody.
There was I don't know. There was like something happened with back pay or something happened.
Yo, that's crazy.
And I shared it on Keep It Central.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
When we were broke, I literally had negative $8 in my account.
Yeah.
And we had it was the time that we were shooting for our reflection for the Christmas online.
Yeah.
And I think halfway through our set, we had took a break. And then I got a text and our call actually said, "Hey, you won't believe what just happened." And that was the amount of money. She was like a little over $1,000 that Ashley was praying for, and we got the check for that amount.
That's wild.
So,
I've never gotten a random check like that, which other than like taxes or something, but I don't think that counts.
Well, no, because you're gonna get that.
Sometimes, bro. When we first moved, we owed because V was like an independent contractor, and we were putting away money to pay for that. But when we moved, like we got to a point where like, okay, we can't.
I know. I'm for sure owing next year.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot.
Independent contracting.
That's the worst, especially if you're not prepared.
I saved the money, this and that.
When hard times come.
Then something happened. I'm like, I gotta pay.
We just barely got out of that from like 2018.
But it's not a lot. I know I'm not gonna owe I'll probably owe like $1,200.
Oh, we owed like $4,000.
Yeah. You paid it in payments?
Yeah. They just want money. Yeah. Stupid IRS. I can't stand you.
Hey, relax. They're gonna shut us down somehow. You better relax, bro. They're gonna say good.
No, but like was that like the hardest situation when you talked about this a few times of you guys found out you guys were pregnant, you just lost your job, living out of your car. Was that the toughest like broke time you had?
I would say I thought it was. Because I think to me it was harder knowing like this time around, not even this time, but like previous, like Isla was born, diapers and like things got a little tough for me. I think last year when we moved back to Fresno was a little tough.
When you moved back?
Yeah, because I was making, I'm not saying I was making crazy amounts of finances because I wasn't, but I was making good. Pretty good money. I was making good money. Sometimes I was making $60, $70 an hour, prevailing wage. Most of the time I didn't, but the times that I did, it was nice. So it was when we moved out here. I think that's when it got tough. Like to me, it's different because now I have a daughter. So to me, it was tougher. It was just me and Ashley. We could figure it out. But when you have a daughter, when you have a child, it's like oh shoot.
Yeah, it's real.
I don't want her to experience that.
Yeah.
I don't want her to feel that. She doesn't know, but she knows that mom and dad aren't okay. Mm-hmm. You know, these children are freaking intelligent. No matter if they're 2 years old, 3 years old, everything. 4 years old, they can feel. You know, they can feel when daddy's, you know, when daddy's emotions are not like they're supposed to be, or they can feel when mom is crying because, you know, the situation that we're in. So I think the hardest moment was probably last year. I think really it got really tough when I had gotten COVID, because I was 8 days away from my family. There was no way I could make money. Obviously I had some clients, you know, so I was making all right money. I wasn't making a lot, but I was making enough to where our family would be okay. Yeah. And obviously that didn't happen because of COVID and everything, and that was tough for me. That was tough. Yeah. Because you're laying in a bed and there's no way you can provide for your family. No. You know, and to me that was tough. Being in the hospital, knowing that my daughter, this and that, she needs this. We were potty training her, so she needed pull-ups, and I had to borrow some money from some of my, you know, one of my brothers that, you know, that just sent him a text like, hey, and he knew I was in the hospital, so he wasn't tripping. So he sent me the money right away, and he told me not even to pay him back. Obviously, I did, but I think that was tough because my daughter can see that this situation. I said that she could. To me, she could see. Obviously, she probably didn't understand. Yeah. But to me, it's like she's seeing daddy struggle.
How hard is it, like, obviously in our most broke times, like we've had to ask for money before. Yeah. You know, how hard is it to do it, and how long did it actually take you to finally like, hey, bro, I need.
How about this? When people owe me money, I still don't like to ask and bother.
When they owe you?
Yeah, like right now, someone owes me money.
Really?
For work that I've done.
Okay.
And I hate being that person that has to ask for it.
Yeah.
Like, I strongly hate that I have to send you the text that, hey, what's going on? I was supposed to get paid yesterday. Just want to let you know just what's going on with the, you know, with it. I've already requested it. I don't like that. Yeah. For me, that's hard. But when it comes to me, like the moments where I've had to ask for it, I know who to ask. Yeah. I've always known, like, oh, if I ask them, they're not going to take it anyway. So I'll just ask them. But there's been times where I've had to ask, like, some people, like, for gas money, because I was honestly struggling, like, at that moment, and I contemplated for like 3 days, 4 days, and then like I just didn't go anywhere, you know. Yeah. Because I already had enough to get to the gas station. Yeah. So I remember it took me about 3 to 4 days, and it was just, I think it was just me. One day, I think Ashley was like, "Stop being prideful, just ask. Why are you so scared? They said they're there for you. Well, if they're there for you, then they're gonna help you." It's
so funny.
And I was like, "Dang it, Ashley, shut up. You're right."
My wife's the same way.
And then what did I do? I sent the text, and within maybe 2 minutes of the text, he didn't even text me back. He just sent the money. Yeah. And I was like, wow. You know, like, dang it. You know?
Some of the worst, I mean, V's always been like their family. It's families who we usually ask when we needed help more. Yeah. And V's like their family. That's what they're there for, to help. And it was big time when we were supposed to go, pay for like V's immigration stuff. Right? Yeah. And that stuff's thousands of dollars at a time.
You were gone for a minute.
Yeah, not even that part of it. It was when, we got one of the last things. Hey, you got to pay $2,000, you know, whatever, to start the final phase of paperwork. Man, it gets really quiet without that AC.
It does. We got to put something on there.
No, it's not. It's kind of nice now, but
something like to cover it.
So just to stop. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we were. Sorry. Guys. It was like one of the final phases of the paperwork that we needed to do. And I'm like, bro, we don't got 2,000. V's pregnant. She's on maternity leave. You know.
Oh, this was the.
Was like during that time, and I'm like, V, I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. Like, there's no way. We're barely making it with bills right now. You're not working, and this was at a time V wanted to ask her family, and this was at a time where like I wasn't really cool with like her brother, and we've talked about this. Like, everything's good now. You know, this is a few years ago.
It's all love now, guys.
It's all love now. But we weren't like necessarily cool. I wasn't cool with her brother, and something that happened to where like there was some drama.
Yeah, for sure.
But like she's like, I'm gonna ask them. Like, we don't really have a choice. And I'm like, my pride is telling me like, bro, don't do this. Do not ask them. You're a failure if you do this. Like, you're asking for money, and like it wasn't even. There was no question. Once she asked, like it was no question. They gave us all the money like in seconds, 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All the money. They like hit her brother and her dad went down to the attorney's office that needed the money and paid it all. Wow. And her family, all the family helped and all that, but like her brother went down, even when like we weren't like cool, like he took care of it, because it's like at the end of the day, it's family.
It's my baby sis.
And
baby sis, right?
Baby sis, yeah. Okay. Asking for money though, bro, it's such a hard thing, especially if you got a little bit of pride. Like as a dude, I feel like it's even harder sometimes. A provider, yeah. Go
it's
ahead.
Always easy for me to give, even when like to me, it's been moments where I'm broke.
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing to like. I have enough just for us for the next week, and someone I know someone's going through it before they even ask. I give.
Yeah,
that's just who I've always been. That's who I've been. I've been born and raised that way. And Ashley's always like, hey, she's kind of been the one that's like, hey, you need to stop doing that. Like, you need to think about us. You need to, you know, like, and I know she doesn't. I know she doesn't mean it in a bad way.
Yeah.
But I think for her, and babe, if I'm wrong, you can correct me at home. But you know, she finna whoop me. No, but for me, she's been more of the person that's made me like come to my senses. Like, hey, you don't have to give to everyone.
Yeah.
Because if you do, the moment that you need something, I bet you out of the 30 people that you gave to, there's only maybe 1 or 2 that are going to give right back to you like you gave to them.
Yes.
I don't do it, and then she knows that I don't do it for that.
Yeah.
I don't do it for the moment of if I need it, you're going to give it. Yeah. I've always been the person that like, I just give it because that's what we're taught to do.
Yeah, I even have, and this is a wild hot take of tithing.
Oh, shoot.
Right?
You better go to that boy's camera.
Wild hot take. Like
I do too.
And I'm, ignorant on this, because I'm sure I'm wrong, but I'm like, wouldn't the tithe be better used giving to people? Like, take that 10% and do something good with it. Instead of giving it to like, because you know how churches get it. Sometimes it gets a little bit shady with people's money and stuff. And that's why people don't like going to church and people get really caught up in that. But I'm like, what if you actually took that 10%,
just gave
to people? Go pay someone's utilities, go pay someone's groceries, go to a grocery store, pay someone at checkout.
So that's why my question then when it comes to that is how, like, my question like is kind of like, God, like, okay, God, if I do that, am I still giving my 10?
That's
my question, because there's been times, I'm gonna be 100% honest, where I didn't give my 10 and I gave it to someone else because they needed it.
Oh, 1,000%.
There's been times where I know, especially living in the Bay, there was this one guy where he's actually the one who did this tattoo and this one, where he's a single father with 2 children, and there's been times where I know he was struggling a little bit with for some gas or whatever, and my 10% was enough to fill up his tank, and I just gave him my 10%. Yep. And I didn't give it to the church, and it's like, thank God, are you not gonna bless me now? Because like that's where it's like my question goes into that. Those
biblically,
those things.
I am ignorant on that.
Because even in the Bible, it says in the New Testament, if we technically live the New Testament life, it says to give from your heart. It doesn't say to give 10%. So technically, if but then to me, it's like I live the whole Bible, not just Old and New. I live Old and New, not just the New, right? Because there's different things in the Old Testament that I believe we still, in this day in life, we need to live. There's stuff in the New Testament that I'm like, it's hard for me.
You have definitely people that are gonna come for sure, because I'm definitely gonna clip it because that's TikTok.
Because I know people right now that don't give 10, they'll give maybe 20, 25. I know some pastors, and I know some, not even pastors, I know some leaders, I know some people that just are regular attendees that give 40% and they keep 60.
Yeah, I'm in church aside, imagine if people that didn't believe actually gave and wanted to help people.
Oh my God.
And actually used that thought process of the 10%, whether they didn't want to give it to a church, if they just wanted to do good with it. Because I've done the same thing. Like I've had these people in my heart, so I sent them a Facebook message, hey, here's $200. And they're like, how did you know we needed it? I'm like, I didn't. You just were on my heart. Like, I didn't know. Yeah. And I've done that a few times, and like, I'm a very giving person, especially when I love people. Yeah. Like, I just give. I'll just buy. Like, I don't even care. I'll buy them whatever. I'll give them whatever. I'll fill up their gas tank. So that's a whole different discussion in itself with tithing and all that. But
shoes off my feet.
Yeah.
I've given shoes that I've never worn. I've given all kinds of stuff.
I'm still kind of sour. I gave these brand new beautiful white, I don't even remember what they were, but they were Nike something, just beautiful sneakers. I gave them away without even wearing them because he's like, I've never had a nice pair of shoes before like that. I'm like, here, yeah, you do. Here you go.
I'm giving Jordans away that I'm like, oh man,
yeah, you give
I kind of wanted to wear those.
Yeah,
you know? But it's not obviously. To me, it's like, you know, I'd rather bless someone else.
But it's nice like to feel in better positions financially because you feel, even when I didn't have money I wanted to give, but it feels even better when I'm comfortable right now, you know, and be able to give people more.
Yeah.
And be able to give.
It's like even when I don't have the finances, like if I don't have the financial sometimes to give to people, I'll give them my time. Yeah. I'll give them something of mine because I want to let them know that like, hey, like, I'm not just gonna say I'm praying for you, but I'm gonna show you. Mm-hmm. I've always been that person. Mm-hmm. Like for me, there's been times where I financially didn't have finances to give, but I would give them my time. Yeah, I'll be there for 2, 3, 4 hours. Yeah, and be there for them because I know they can't. Maybe they need it. Yeah, you know. So that's how I've been.
Yeah. I know there's people out there that have been in, or maybe you're still in that situation to where you're like, hey, I'm just a broke boy. I'm 2 broke girls. You know, you're in that situation right now. And like, I know what it feels like.
I'm a little broke
I know how stressed it is. Yeah, I feel you. I know how stressful it feels to be like, yo, babe, I got $5. Like, we got a couple days to still make it. Or we've been like, hey, okay, we don't got no food in the house, right? I got $5. We can go get a $5, pizza thing.
We can get a $5 box at Taco Bell.
Quick little $5 something. And people are like, you go to the grocery store, get something more for $5. Well, you know what? I don't care. Anyways, but yeah, I know what it feels like to be there. I know how stressful that can feel.
Listen, I know right now there's a lady or a guy that's watched this, and they're probably going to relate to what I'm about to say. I've been at grocery shopping with Ashley, and we're looking at how the chicken, what's the cheapest price out of all the chicken that's there. Like, oh, this one's $5.44. This one's $5.19. Yeah. Ooh, this one's $4.89, and it all looks the same. Like, I've been there, bro. I've been there.
The cup of noodles used to be real cheap,
they still kind of is.
You can go to the grocery store and get those frozen burritos for like 99 cents.
Bro, you get like 10 of them for 99 cents. Bro, I know what the struggle is.
We used to live right next to a grocery store. We would walk there and be like, okay, we know we have those burritos for like 59 cents, right? So we'd get like 6 of them.
They are 59
and be chilling. Yeah. Like the weekend, that's all we're eating is these frozen burritos because I'm like, that's all we had.
And they kind of fire though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm be honest, man, I don't care how much money I'll ever have in my bank account.
Those are still fire, bro.
I don't care if I have a mansion in the future. I don't care how big Creative Culture gets. I'm still going to be getting Top Ramen, bro.
So is V. V's watching right now, probably eating some Top Ramen all spiced up and stuff.
No, you know how I like mine? I like mine's kind of dry.
Dry?
So I like them sticky. Yeah, sorry.
Nick is giving you a side eye right now.
That's the jail thing in me.
Like jail thing?
It's a jail. So you put the chips and you put
Tallahassee Nick is like jail.
You put a Tallahassee. What do you mean?
No, what is he called?
No, Nashville Nick.
That's messed up, bro. Come on, man.
Tallahassee Nick.
So this is let you know, like, I've been broke. I remember one time for dinner, all we had was Top Ramen, hot dog, and like some chips. I put the Top Ramen. I fried the hot dog in the frying pan at that, bro. It smelled like nothing but hot dog juice in that whole house.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, you put the hot dog right where it's nice and fried, chopped it up, put it in my Top Ramen, smash some chips, and throw that sucker in there and mix it all up and eat it. I've been broke.
Broke boys, bro.
I've been broke for a
minute. Instead of the Nelk boys, we're the broke boys.
Yeah. But,
yeah.
To me, it's like no matter how much finances I'll have in my account in the future or even now, money would never how do I say
make you change up.
It'll never make me change, and it'll always keep me the same. I give if I'm broke. I give if I got a lot. At the end of the day, I give because that's what God did, and that's what I was taught. My dad always taught me to be a giver.
Have you ever made like that, not a prayer, but like in conversation with God and stuff, just be like, God, if like I had, if you gave or allowed me to have more, you know how much good I would do? You ever like say that to yourself?
Oh, I've prayed that. Yeah, I've prayed. I've been that frustrated prayer, that frustration. Like, yeah, like God, I don't have enough, and I don't even have a lot to spend. Mm-hmm. Like my bills are low. I don't have a lot of bills. I don't have a lot of, my overhead is not a lot. Mm-hmm. And there's been times where I'm like, Man, God, like if you just give me a little more, you know how much more I would do? Because you see the little bit that I have left over and I give.
What a prayer, bro.
Like I've been legit.
Give me a little more.
Like I'm like, I'm not asking for $1 trillion. I'm just asking for a couple more dollars to be able to be a blessing to someone else. Yeah. I love to bless people.
I've made that not a prayer, but I've said that in conversation. Just like I would do well. Like give people, I would give a lot of. I'm a giver, so like I would do some good stuff with more if we were blessed more like that. But I'm like, even the video that I'm making now, I'm like, maybe your character's not where you think it is yet.
I think sometimes I feel like God just like, you ain't ready for it.
Yeah. Like my video I'm working on is like, you want overnight success, like YouTube success, but like, you're really not ready for that yet.
Or you're not putting in
your work. Pride's too much still. Your character, you're still a stealer. You're still a thief. You still cheat on your taxes. Like, you ain't ready for any of that.
Dang, y'all be cheating on your taxes?
You know some people do, bro. Come on. I've thought about it a couple times, but IRS better not be watching this right now.
You already told them. You already said buy IRS in the beginning, so you know they've been watching.
They're listening now.
They're monetizing.
Hey, thank you for the view. I appreciate it. But yeah, man,
yeah, that's true.
Those are
sometimes your character
interesting stories. But yeah, that's what I wanted to chat about real quick since we had to pivot because of Joey.
It's all good.
No, I think we good. We good.
We got a topic there. I think for me, don't let the finances define who you are as a person, but let your character define who you are. Don't let the money that you have define who you will be. Let your character define who you become.
Switch on to him. That's that's a TikTok right there.
It's true. And too many people are defined by what they have in their bank account and what they wear that they forget that at the end of the day, your heart can be like garbage, but you look like cash. That don't mean nothing. You know, just because you got a nice chain on don't mean that your heart ain't chained up. So, you know, I'm just saying. It's just your reaction the whole time. That's perfect.
Oh my goodness.
You know, that's just what it is, man. Don't let the money define you. If anything, you define what the money is. You put it in the place that it needs to be. God will give you more if He can trust you with just a little you got. We talked about that a few weeks ago when you were gone. You know, and also the Bible says you ask not because you have not. So don't be afraid to talk to God about it either.
We do. But if He can't trust you with the little, like y'all said, how do you expect Him to trust you with 1,000 subscribers? How do you expect Him?
We close to it.
How do you expect Him to trust you with 10,000, 100,000 if you can't handle the 700 you got right now? Sheesh.
Don't act like you're at 1,000 when in reality you're at a 7.
I think that's okay though. I feel like it's okay to act like you got.
But I just say don't let your.
There's a difference in the way you come about it.
Yeah, like for us, we feel like we're already.
We act like it.
We act like we up there, even though in reality you're not. But if you meet us, we don't act like we're.
We are.
We act like we got 2 people.
I think mentally, it's good to be prepared for that.
Yeah.
Like I say it a lot because of the movie. I don't know if you've seen Facing the Giants.
Yes.
That Christian movie everyone's seen. It's like I'm prepared for rain. Like I am ready for this 100K. I'm ready to put in the work for that 200K.
I'm ready to take over this whole building.
I'm sorry, Sandy. We talked about this. I'm ready for you to get out because I'm about to take that room over.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And whoever over there, like, I'm sorry. I'm about to take that place over.
Yeah. Because our mentality is there. I think for us, man, honestly, our pride doesn't... Like, we have a pride to succeed, but we don't have a pride to show off our success.
I think there's a difference. There's 2 different versions of pride. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Being proud in, like, I'm proud in who I've become. I'm proud in what I'm building.
Like, I'm proud about this.
But the other side of pride, the negative stuff, like, I think that's the difference. Like, I'm sure there's a little bit of that in me that I'm working on. I know that.
If we're honest, though, everyone has that.
Well, yeah. That's not something I think we should have. Everyone knows that you shouldn't have that, you know, especially if you're like a believer and all that. But, yeah. How can He bless you more if He can't trust you with the $50 you got right now?
Yeah. Oh,
because you
crazy.
Blow it on whatever.
Blow on a stupid T-shirt or food.
I like all of those things.
Yeah, I do too.
But
like we're literally around the corner from the mall, guys. I don't think you guys understand that.
Yeah, we are right. I am blocks away from H&M. That's dangerous. Nemo's plants are right there. That he's trying to steal the neighbor's plant.
You saw I was at Ross, bro. I walked by
This
Ross.
guy wants his plants in his garden right behind him.
I just want one. Hey, your wife and my wife are in agreement.
They do want.
So you know what? Shout out to the wives because they know they're cool with it. Even Joey wants one.
Go ahead.
But Joey said because I found one. I actually really did find one.
He's in his garden shopping for plants.
We can end with this one. So I've been in search of a plant. I'm not even gonna lie to you because I want one behind me, right?
Yeah.
And I found one, and then Ashley was like, "It's just too short," and I'm like, but it's beautiful. She's like, Aaron's not gonna approve of this, babe. And then Joey shows me one that's like 7 foot tall. Like, bro, our ceilings aren't even that high. Like, bro, I don't want a whole tree. I just want a nice little plant.
Bro, I make fun of my mom all the time for these dumb fake trees she has in the house.
I just said I want one. Just one.
She has one tree and I hate it so much.
But it looks aesthetically cool right here, bro. Like,
if it was a green, real nice, like 5 foot.
The thing is, bro,
4 foot.
If it's a real one, it's gonna be dead.
How short are we talking about?
I want at least 4.5 feet.
No, what was the one you found? That's too short.
Like 3.5, maybe.
I want to see it.
It was nice.
3.5 was like.
It was like $30.
That's nice.
It was real nice. It was black,
that's
and
like
it had
4.
a nice. That's 4 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, maybe a little taller than 4.
Get your plant, Nemo. It's all right.
Because the wives are right. If we get a real one, it's dead in a week.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I didn't come here all week.
Especially with the AC right here.
I didn't come here all week, bro.
I came here once to drop
the lights off.
A couple things off.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to talk about.
That's funny. That's
cool. It was a quick thought that we had that as we were thinking about, hey, what can we talk about? I was like, yeah, we've been broke. We can talk about being broke. We know what that feels like.
We'll talk about it again when we ain't broke.
Yeah, when we're not broke and we're able to do some more things.
You know what I want in the future, and I'm just gonna vision cast real quick on the podcast.
End it on this.
I want to have a foundation,
like cement.
No, like I always wanted a Cardona's foundation, but
I see what you're saying.
Now I think about it, I would like to have a creative foundation, creative culture foundation, where we have a foundation where we help the less fortunate, but we also teach them, how to make passive income. Mm-hmm. What happened if we get some people that's some broke boys like we were at one point? We still kind of broke a little bit. And we were to teach them how to create content. Or
who's doing that?
Trades.
Brandon's doing that.
Really?
Preacher's Hour Brandon.
Yeah, really, he is.
They just had like a summer class.
He had his photography one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be sick.
Partner with people like that.
I think that'd be sick. Have a foundation where instead of me giving to other foundations, right, that I don't know where the money 100% goes to, why don't instead of me giving the money to that, I can give it to something that I know where it's gonna go to.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing too. Yeah, but that's good. No,
that'd be sick.
Goals, bro. Anything else?
Stop being broke. Joey, stop canceling. And don't be broke.
Don't be broke. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for watching. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to Keep It Central for helping us out today, and all the lighting team and all the videographers and everyone we hired for this episode.
Thanks to the grounds crew as well.
The grounds crew and the housekeeping and
maintenance man.
Everyone we paid for this episode that Joey wasn't here for.
Talking about we broke boys and we over here talking like we got all this stuff.
I'm just kidding. We love you, Joe. We appreciate you guys for watching. Yeah. If you're still watching, appreciate y'all. Drop a like on this video. Hit us up in the comments. Have you ever been broke? You know what that feels like? Are you still broke? And that's totally okay. It's all good to be broke because we broke too.
We broke. Go to every camera. Go to Aaron.
We broke.
Go to me. We broke. And the white shot. We all broke.
We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.